Hello there, this is Sandy Verma and yet another episode of Cheers by Sandy. Today I'm in Hong Kong, so I'm going to take you to some bars which have won the Asia's 50 Best Bars Awards. I'll introduce you to some bartenders, we'll interview them, get to know their story. So now that we are in Shingheng Street, so there are a lot of bars here and this is how the steps are. So there are 7 levels in Hong Kong Soho area. And needs a lot of climbing stamina. So there are 2 bars which I absolutely love on the street. One is Whiskey and Words, where I did my guest bartending shift, and Koa. Now Koa is owned by one of the finest bartenders I've ever come across in my life. Very talented and a brilliant human being, and is right there. So that's the entry to Koa. I think the supplies are coming in. So that's Koa, and we will now go in and meet Jay Khan. So first of all, I'll ask you, you opened a tequila bar, Koa.
Yeah.
What inspired you to open Koa and what's it all about? What is your thought process behind it?
Well, first of all, it's a passion project. It was never meant to make a lot of money, to be honest, because it's such a niche concept. Not everybody hears about tequila and mezcal, gets excited like you and I do. So it's definitely a very niche concept. There's a specific market for this. But the idea was more passion driven. Like, I went to Mexico a lot of times, and the more I went there, the more I got inspired by what they do there. I've been to many distilleries, not only tequila of course, but I've done whiskey and gin and vodka as well. But nothing is as, labor intensive as a tequila or a mezcal distillery. So the more I went, the more I fell in love with the product, and I really wanted to promote that in Hong Kong. Being born and bred here, I think it's a tiny bit of my responsibility to bring something different, to the bar scene here in Hong Kong.
A lot of people would not know what Koa is. Bartenders would know. So if you can just very quickly tell what is Koa?
So Koa is actually named after a tool to harvest the agave plant. Actually, the tool is right at the back on top.
Oh yeah. So let's do that.
That's the tool.
That's the tool. So you brought it out all the way from Mexico?
Yeah. So I hand carried this. All the way from Mexico, risking my life, carrying this tool all the way here to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
For one reason, because we knew from the beginning that it's a very unique name. Not a lot of people know about this, and there's a lot of people that they don't even call us by Koa. They call us COA because they don't know, because maybe they thought it's 350 letters instead of it's a name.
How many tequilas do you have in your bar? I see beautiful tequilas lined up there.
We have a combination of
And mezcal.
many Mexican spirits, tequila, mezcal, raicilla, we have sotol, bacanora, like all these are Mexican spirits. So all together, I think approximately 200.
Wow.
Everything put together. So we have more mezcal than tequila and any other spirit, but our focus is basically that's anything from Mexico, actually.
Jay, first of all, congratulations in being the top 50 Asia's Best Awards. It was a pleasure to see you in Singapore.
Thank you.
And I think everybody's talking about it. How old are you? And you suddenly are very popular. You have been popular, but Koa has become very popular.
I just turned 20 years old last month.
No, about Koa.
Koa is actually a year and a half now.
Wow, in 18 months. You're
It's
right
been a
there.
year and a half. Yeah, time flies, man. Like, it felt like I opened it yesterday.
Hmm.
Yeah, a year and a half now.
So how does it feel to win the award and be recognized?
I think it's a very great acknowledgement. It means whatever we're doing something right, and whatever we're doing, we're making people happy. So it means a lot to us. It drives the team. It helps us, grow. It helps us, give us more confidence to go into the future as well.
So the first day I walked in and I was offered spirit by the lady.
Yes.
And I think it was clarified. It
Yes.
was banana and rum and touch of bourbon.
Yeah.
Beautiful aromas, beautiful thing. Say you are known for going out of the box and without machinery, you do it with your own hand and your techniques and everything. You're known for it.
Yeah.
And I think that was a clarified.
It was some really ripe bananas that was infused into spirit.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of way you can play around and clarifying stuff. Because there's one technique that we use a lot here is called egg washing.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
basically what the chefs, they do when they make their clarified consomme. When they add egg white and create a raft to clarify the stock. So essentially the same thing, but we use it with alcohol. So if you don't have a centrifuge, and if you want to it's not going to be the same, to be honest, but it's going to be similar in a way. It helps you clarify whatever you infuse into your spirit, makes it taste a lot cleaner, comes out completely clear, so you can do stir drinks that will look sexy and clear as well.
You're a very hands-on guy. Last night, I was just sitting and having a smoke on the streets here at 5 in the morning. I met Navneet,
Yeah.
Charlie, and he was talking and highly praising you. He said you taught him how to make a clarified ice cube, clear ice, and
Yeah.
the technique and everything he was telling to keep it 90% less
Yeah.
than it's totally frozen and dry. So,
Yeah, I mean,
so those are hands-on practices.
all these techniques are not developed by me. I mean, it's been there, but we just kind of utilize it over here, use it, experiment with it, and we're here to help everybody. To be honest, if there is a bartender who walks in and asks us like how you do this, how you do that, I mean, there's no secret. To be honest, you can find these online. But what we do over here is basically we share with everybody. Whoever walks into our door and if they want to know something specific, we teach them, because this way it allows us to grow as well, and it helps the community in general. I mean, we don't see ourselves as just one bar. It's more like the entire community together,
So what inspires you, Jay Khan? What inspires Jay Khan?
I think flavors. I'm very intrigued, I just love, flavor combinations, and I like trying new stuff, and I like to travel, see what people do elsewhere. The culture drives me a lot, the people. So all this put together, actually.
So yesterday I met Agung and he was talking about flavors again, same.
Uh-huh.
And he said he used to go to foodberry.com. Is it foodberry? Foodberry?
Food pairing, yeah.
Foodpairing.com. And then suddenly he was talking that it was live and he traveled. So I think both of you have very similar inspirations. Okay, now what are your future plans?
Well, to be honest, there's nothing confirmed or nothing specific in the loop. But definitely we will look to grow. We're not just going to stop here. But I think Koa in general, I think it's just going to be one bar in Hong Kong. Like I said, it's a very niche concept. There's no point to make a couple more Koas in Hong Kong. But we're happy to look into, expanding it abroad, maybe in other countries, but specifically around Asia first. And we'll go from there.
All right, so now last question now. You're a handsome man. And over the
not.
years,
I used to be.
yeah, you still are, very humble, and you're very popular in the entire Soho area, and a lot of people I've met. How many times you've been hit by women? A lot of women must be.
Not really, not anymore. Well, maybe 15 years ago, I guess, but not anymore.
Okay.
I'm being honest. Yeah.
I'm from India, so a lot of Indian bartenders would be watching it. A lot of Indian liquor companies would be watching it. We would like to invite you to India. So anything you'd like to say to bartender community as such, or Indian bartenders, because they really need to bring the game up at your level. I was surprised to see your talent.
Well, I think one most important thing would be to basically stick to the basics. Learn all the basics first before you learn how to walk before you run. Learn all the basics and make sure that if your guest walks into your bar, make sure you know everything that you're selling behind your shelf. Because most of the time what happens is like people just want to get a piece of that, they want to learn all those crazy techniques and everything, and end up when you're in the bar and a guest walks in and then asks for, oh, what's that behind your shelf, and they just start scratching their head. So this is what I tell my staff as well. Before you dig into something like advanced, make sure you know how to master all the basics first. And one other thing would be to stick to what you believe and keep doing it. Do not give up in the middle. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to put you down, but just stick to what you believe and what you love to do. And within 3 to 5 years, you will be an expert in that particular category. Actually.
All right. Now you do a lot of guest bartending shifts. I've seen it. Or you've never been to India. Would you like to come to India? Because we'd love to learn from you, Indian bartenders.
Well, India is the one country that it's on my top list actually, to be honest. And yeah, I would definitely love to visit India. And I've seen there's a lot of talent there and a lot of enthusiastic bartenders. And the one thing that I find is in Indian people, this is something natural, like to give hospitality. It's in your blood, to be honest.
It's all over. I think it's all over South Asia. It's a third world.
Yeah, but
we're very humble.
absolutely, man. That's absolutely. But what I've seen among a lot of Indian bartenders, not just in Hong Kong but all around, they just have this, a unique talent in them. They just like to provide a good experience to their customers. That's what I'm learning as well from them, actually.
So guys, if you would like Jay Khan to come to India, type yes below this post, and let's see how many yeses come in, and we'll try to get him to India for your master classes, learn something from the best of the best in the world, and that's Jay Khan for you from Goa.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm just gonna show them the bar around. That's a beautiful bar.
It's messy right now. It's not open yet.
Yeah, this is the best time to catch you. You're busy otherwise. It's a beautiful bar. Look at those beautiful bottles. And the evening is buzzing, so you got to see the man right behind the counter, concocting and building out magic. See you around.